We have some very good stuff to look at tonight. Okay, the market is just so abundant, so great. You know, so great right now. It's gonna continue to be great. It's gonna continue to be great. The thing is, man, the thing is, this is gonna be the most easiest market to ever be in. It already has been the easiest market to ever been in, right? Like it has been very simple. These past three weeks, really, it's been very simple overall. But it's gonna get more simple. We have some targets that we're gonna be looking for on the Nasdaq, and then we have a huge earnings week, right? Let me look at some stuff. Let me see. Let me see. Huge earnings week. Um, I think with Microsoft, Google. Um, Let me see. Let me look it up real quick. Hold on. Let me see, man. Let me see the earnings. The earnings whisperer. All right, we got it right here. Let me see. All right. Dang. Oh, we got wow. UPS, Robinhood, Visa, Bloom, Seagate, Spotify, Enphase, NXP, Alphabet, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, SoFi, Cat, Apple, SanDisk, Western Digital, Reddit, AXTI, Rivian, right? First Solar, CD. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And on top of that, and on top of it, we have what? Some of you guys know. Some of you guys know what I'm gonna say. Some of you guys know what I'm gonna say. Do you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. We have FOMC interest rate decision and the FOMC press conference. Okay, just a plethora of things about to go down inside of the market this week. Huge week. And if you're anything but bullish, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know what's gonna happen this week. We're gonna find some good plays regardless. Okay, kind of like we did last week. MX was incredible, paid a lot of people. IWM 925% crowd, TSM. Just Palantir. Just an incredible week last week, and it's just gonna continue. Like we've been making so much money, it's not even funny. All right, so much money, it's not even funny. Um, and it's just gonna continue. So put in the comments what stocks you guys want to look at. We'll look at some of them. I don't plan on being live for too long tonight, just because I know, yeah, we had a 2,000% play. All right, just nasty work. But just because I know this is a huge week, okay, a lot of earnings plays, a lot of FOMC, and the main thing, okay, and this is what I've been saying every single time I go live. The main thing is the fact that we do go higher, right? Like the market is gonna go higher. Um, the market does go higher from here, but when is that pullback going to take place? Okay, because there will be a pullback. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know the news that will come up, but I believe there will be a pullback, and then after that pullback, you will have huge euphoria. And the reason I say that is because the crypto market has not gone. Come on, man. You really think? You really think? We'll talk about it later. No, I'm gonna talk about it now. You really think? Do you really think the crypto market is not gonna have its euphoria moment? Okay, the euphoria moment is taking place in all sectors. Okay, all sectors, and it's coming to crypto. Okay, I think crypto is gonna have an insane um, rally. Okay, and right now it's early. Okay, a lot of people didn't know, the semis was gonna do what it's gonna. A lot of people didn't know the Nasdaq was gonna do it. A lot of people didn't know gold was gonna do what it's gonna do. And a lot of people didn't know memory stocks. A lot of people didn't know this stuff. But now you can actually you can actually be early. Okay, now how early? I don't know. Will the rally happen in May or June? I don't know. Okay, but it's coming. All right, so GFS is one of my favorites. Okay, if you guys know GFS at all, this is definitely one of my favorite stocks. We've been making a whole bunch of money on this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just show you guys the contract that we're in inside of the Discord, just because, like, why not? We're already up. We're already making money. Like we're already. The GFS calls the July 17th. This is actually 2.75. It was a typo. Okay, so you get the July 17th 75. The reason I think GFS is so good is because It has Phototronics, which is considered a bottleneck inside of the markets, inside to make the semis. Um, they're saying like wire. They're saying in Phototronics, light is faster than wire, or something like that. Okay, but it also is a semiconductor, and and they're based in the United States of America. So it's kind of like an Intel Part 2, I believe. I think this is an Intel Junior, Intel Baby Junior, okay? And it's only $34 billion market cap. $34 billion market cap. It's already above the party start level, okay? The $60 is party start level. When it's above that party start level, now I need some more close. I'm not going to lie. It needs this week close above, a couple weeks closing above. But make no mistake, this has price targets to 80 and $110, okay? I think GFS, and it has earnings in 9 days. Okay, that's one. That's why we're in earnings season. Okay, that's why I don't want to spend too much time on live because we are in an earnings season. But make no mistake, the markets go much higher. It's just a matter of being a little bit more safe here. Okay, being a little bit. We just had a sim like, man, like like come on, look at some of this stuff. Okay, if you didn't make money during this time, like you can still make money. Make no mistake about it. But like you're buying someone's 10 billion% contract. Anyways, put the comments stocks you guys look at. We'll look at some more. Um, like I said, extremely bullish market. Just gonna get more bullish. What will go up tomorrow? Like, bro, what? What? What will go up tomorrow? I'll tell you what looks like it won't go up tomorrow if it can't go above 380 is Tesla. Tesla looks like it's bearish. And also one thing I'm paying attention to is the Dow Jones. Okay. One thing I'm also paying attention to is the Dow Jones. The reason I'm paying attention to the Dow Jones is because a lot of people believe it's lagging. Okay, and of course it's lagging. Of course, it's lagging. Like it is lagging the Nasdaq. It is lagging the S&P because this hasn't made a new all-time high. But I believe the Dow Jones can actually make a new all-time high later in the year after maybe a correction. Okay, maybe a brief correction. Um, so that's one thing I'm paying attention to. Now I think this can probably retest 500, but I don't see a new all-time high until we get that pullback that I've been talking about. Okay, but we'll see. We'll be paying attention to some of that stuff. I just want to get that information out there, and we'll see. But Twilio, let's look at Twilio. My boy want to look at Twilio. I think Twilio has possibly one of the most bullish setups inside the market right now. The only thing that it has is earnings in 4 days. Like, so I don't want to sit here and examine something that has earnings in 4 days, right? We know earnings is a coin toss. Okay, it could go up, it could go down. But I will say, just this chart, it looks absolutely incredible. Okay, the first target that I have outside of this bull flag is the 209. I think earnings is either going to tell us there is demand for a software like this, or there isn't. And this has actually been one of the more bullish software stocks. Okay, so I'm paying attention to it, but it has earnings. It has earnings. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna go up. I don't know if it's gonna go down. I don't like earnings, man. Earnings. But it has been one of the more bullish software stocks. VRT, this thing's actually absolutely gone. I mean, this is what I mean, man. Like, it's gone. It's gone. What other stocks you guys want to look at, man? This stock is gone. This stock is gone. All right. Stock. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? This stock. Come on. Come on, man. Strangle it. I mean, I guess CEG. Let me see something real quick. How bullish are we, man? I bet. How bullish are we right now? We're in greed, almost extreme greed. The market momentum is in extreme greed. This is actually interesting because a lot of people want to try to time the top. People are entering into puts right now for some odd reason. You got 0.73. It actually went up. It spiked from the low that it had back in April 20th. So that's odd. Safe Hayes, yeah. I'm 17 and have made 2K from investing in Schwab. Hey, shout out to you, man. Good job. Super bullish on PLTR. Baidu. I actually do want to look at Baidu, and I want to look at China in general. Okay, when we start looking, and the thing is, when we start looking at undervalued, you want to start looking at undervalued tech right now. Okay, and of course, the semis are still going to do great. Of course, the Nasdaq is still going to like. Of course, the big stocks are going to do great. But in an everything euphoric market, the stocks that are undervalued, the stocks that have the most potential to go to the upside, are the stocks I want to focus on. And when you look at something like Baidu, okay, which is they say the China's Google. They say the China's Google. The main thing I want to draw attention to is the fact that this looks like Baba before Baba took off. That's the main thing I want to pay attention to. If you just take a screenshot of this, if you look at this really quick, you look at this exact same setup. You know the V right here. This is an Adam and Eve. If you don't know what Adam and Eve is, but and then you come over here and look at Alibaba, right? You come over here and look at what Alibaba was doing, right here. You have the same sort of setup right here, right here. Okay, so I think Baidu is actually going to have an extreme leg that is loading. Same thing with Baba. I think Baba looks absolutely great. I think China in general looks very, very good. And this is something that, you know, we've known for some time now. Okay, we've known for some time now, and I think it's going to get amplified. This is the Hang Seng Index. Okay, I think China is going to end up going to all-time highs. I think it's a very bullish market. And the thing is, you look at right here, this hidden weekly divergence. Okay, this is what you need to pay attention to on the Hang Seng, because the Hang Seng is ultimately, and you know, the Hang Seng is ultimately gonna ensure that, you know, the China stocks are bullish because it's the China index. But you look at the hidden weekly divergence that formed from here, right? From here to here. This is hidden weekly bull divergence, higher low, and you have this huge markup price. Now you're getting the same sort of thing, but an even lower hidden weekly bull divergence. Okay, the springboard is going to be absolutely insane. I have a price target to 31,000. I think China is in, or it's been going through a bull market since, you know what, 2024, 2 years ago, February. Okay, and I think it's just going to continue. No reason to think this uptrend is bearish. Um, and another thing, never mind. But yeah, I think this is bullish. Very bullish. Okay, so we look at Baidu. Baidu to me has extreme targets. The first one to 142, 164, you know, 200, 248. Um, and it's only a $40 billion market cap. Only a $40 billion market cap stock has a hidden weekly divergence from this low to this low. Okay, making higher lows. Everything that I'm seeing on here, it looks good, and it looks like it's ready to have that leg, maybe to 200 here soon. Okay, I like it. I like it. How old are you? I'm 57. Got 10 cons of PLTR. Um, did you invest in SanDisk like last year before it went up? No. Poet. Let's look at let's look at let's look at Cipher. He says Cypher's ready to go. Let's look at Cipher really quick, man. Let's look at Cipher. It has earnings in 9 days. It has earnings in 9 days, and the main thing that I pay attention to, I bet you this is in victim level price. Okay, I bet, yeah, it literally hit the victim level. Okay, the one thing you have to know is that if this can't trade above the victim level, I'm gonna just put a victim. Okay, and the reason this is a victim level is because it gets a lot of people to go long, you know, because they believe it has broken out from, you know, maybe this, or you know, whatever this may be. But the reason you want to make sure you're paying attention to this level is because it's the level that it needs to break above to start getting back to all time highs. Okay, all time highs. It does have price targets to 34, you know, maybe even 50. Okay, but it needs to have some weekly closes above $20, or it's a no go. Okay, so yes, it may be ready to go, but you look at all these rejections that have happened at that victim level. And you know, this is what you need to pay attention to. And the reason I say that is because you look at Iron, right? Some of you guys were massively bullish on Iron, you know, way back, you know, over here. Okay, it pulled back in that November, and then it started marching back upwards, and a lot of people turned bullish right here, and I was like, no, like this is the victim area. How do you find the victim area? You draw it from the fibs from the top to the bottom, and you look where that Fibonacci is, that 60, that 618. It was literally right there. Never had a weekly close above there, and then you look what happened after that. It literally was garbage. Now it's actually in another victim area, okay? And you see it hasn't closed above there. It got above there on Friday and then just came right back down, okay? So victim levels are just as important as bounce levels, Okay, if you weren't buying down here, make sure you're not buying it in someone's 1,000% contract. Okay, if you weren't buying right here, make sure you're not buying someone's 1,000% contract. Okay, the only people that are gonna get wrecked are the people that that can't use their brain first of all, and the people that are buying not too scared to buy on some dips and get too FOMO'd at the tops. Okay, but anyways, Nike's about to go to the moon. MSTR, how much are you up? I'm up. Iron ready to go. RKLB. Let's look at RKLB, man. Look, man, I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you guys, man. I've been in these markets, man. And yes, these stocks are ready to go. Okay, we know the market goes to euphoria. We know we're actually in the euphoric market. But I don't want you guys to get super, super bullish at the wrong times, okay? The times to get bullish was when nobody was super bullish, right here. Never got a weekly close below here. Never got a weekly close. Now people are trying to buy in victim areas, man. Look where this closed. Hold on, look where this closed, man. Like if you want to make sure you're not a victim, at least wait for it to close above $83. Now it got that wick all the way above here. It got all that liquidity. It got massive people bearish or bullish, but it ultimately never closed above there on the weekly. Okay, and it's actually hanging out below there now. Okay, so you know, I man, so if you want to be bullish on something like RKLB, at least wait for it to start trading, above $83 and having some weekly close above there. Because what I'm looking for right now is because I know the market gets new highs. I believe the Qs can get to 750, and we're only at 663. But the main thing I'm trying to pay attention to right now is when are people going to get max bullish? When are bears going to give up? Okay, because I don't think they've given up yet. Okay, and maybe we get one more little push to the upside, but you have to make sure you're paying attention to what stocks are moving the needle. Okay, the stocks that are moving the reason we went up so crazy on Friday was because of semiconductors. Okay, and there's actually a lot of stocks that dumped, like RKLB. Like a lot of stocks didn't do that great. Okay, so more likely than not, those stocks are going to do even worse when the tides do turn. Okay, so be paying attention to that, and that's why I said the Dow Jones. A lot of people believe the Dow Jones it's lagging, and it is lagging. Okay, but there's a lot of people that are looking for that upside trade because of what the entire market is doing. Okay, so a lot of people believe this is about the next market mover is the Dow Jones, and we start getting pushing 530 and etc. But I'm going to be a bit more cautious here. I'm going to be looking to see some closes before I want to say that, because what I know about markets is that it likes faking out the people. It likes making the obvious not the obvious trade the wrong one. Okay, so obviously the obvious trade right now is the Dow is going to push through new all-time highs. But when you look at some of these banks and stocks that the Dow Jones has, like Home Depot, right? You come over here, you look at Home Depot, and Home Depot is actually looking like it's about to make some new lows. Okay, Home Depot's very bearish. Look at this. Look at this. Garbage. Or it may reverse right here. I don't know. But then you look at J.P. Morgan. Okay, J.P. Morgan closed at this nasty weekly reversal candle, and it did it right here and went down. But you come over here and it's in victim level. Oh yeah, these are victim levels, man. So pay attention to making sure before you want to be max bullish on some of these other things. While the markets are bullish, like we know the market makes the Qs is getting to 750, the Dow Jones is making a new high. We know all of this, okay? But May could be bloody. You just saw us reverse. You just saw us reverse 6 months of garbage of red in 3 weeks. May could be garbage, and we can reverse all of it into. So that is the thing that I'm paying attention to, and making sure if I want to be bullish on the Dow, if I want to be bullish on the banks, if I want to be bullish on financials or whatever it may be, I'm waiting for, or if I want to be bullish on RKLB, I'm waiting. I'm gonna see if I can get some weekly closes to confirm that bullishness that I have. You understand? But yeah, this is at a victim level. Getting close to selling May and go away. Yeah, I made 700. Be careful. What do you say about Microsoft? Microsoft. I made a whole bunch of money on Microsoft. And now it has become like the obvious trade, but it has earnings. So I don't really want to do too much. This is it is now it keeps coming to that, like, this is what I'm saying, like, this is what I mean. These stocks have come into their big rejection zone, to where once they can break out of these, you're going to get some massive legs to the upside, okay? But they need to break above these, okay? Like what was happening over here, right? As soon as we got this massive leg above 392, it was wraps. Like, and you see how hard it broke out, and like we knew that wasn't coming back down. Like, it gapped above there. You understand? So if we want to, if this wants to remain bullish, and Microsoft wants to continue to make its move higher, which it will eventually, but we don't know if it's going to be this week, next week, 2 weeks from now. We don't know. Um, it needs to start gapping, getting some heavy volume above 435. Okay. But I love Microsoft. I think Microsoft's a good buy. I mean, it obviously was a better buy when everybody was scared to buy it down here, right? But yeah, that's what I like. We need more fear in the market, okay? And I don't say this, I don't say that all the time. We need more. We need a little bit of fear in the market, because that's what's gonna fuel these legs and this volatility. But like when everyone's bullish, and there is gonna be a time, I think, on that next leg, right? On that next leg, okay? Because that next leg is just pure euphoria. We're gonna have crypto going crazy, everything, okay? But like a lot of people believe, Bitcoin is gonna do it right now, or the Dow Jones is gonna do it right now. You understand? Like a lot of people think, oh, the Nasdaq is at new all-time highs. That means we're just gonna go up. Like, no, this can easily, do something. Like, or like it could take its time. Um, yeah. Anyways, I've been live for 22 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this live show. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. I don't want to be live for too long tonight, just because I know, like, we have a very busy week, okay? I'm live every single Sunday. I'm live every single Wednesday. And we make money Monday through Friday. Um, so, yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We're going to be looking for some of the best trades inside the Discord. Um, and yeah, you guys have a great rest of your night, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later, man. I'm out. Peace.